If he'd have followed the rules, they'd all still be alive right now.
Jim, why are you so eager to take any of this at face value, Jim?
There has got to be an explanation. And none of you fucking people seem to be looking for it.
Well, I am, and I believed I have figured out exactly how this show ends. Not the season, not next season, the show, the ending of the show. I believe I have figured it out, and I'm going to tell you in this video what it's going to be. You all asked for answers from this show, and I do believe that this episode 8 of season 3 of From, has spilled the beans, and I can tell you exactly how it's going to end, and I'm going to do so in this video. So spoilers for season 3 episode 8 of From and the whole series. If you don't want to know how it's going to end, this is not the video for you. But if you do, let's get right into it. Make sure you subscribe, hit that bell so you can be notified every time I drop a new video, and thumbs up this video. Let's go for 1,000 likes on this video. Let's shoot for it. This is what the episode told. First thing we have to look at is the conversation between Victor and Jasper, which there was no conversation between Victor and Jasper, but there was a conversation between the boy in white and Christopher. Let's listen to it.
That it started with the children. What the others did to them.
What others, Victor?
The people they loved.
So he says that this whole thing started with the children who were betrayed by the people they loved. Now, the only people children are going to love most are their parents. So they were betrayed by their parents, and that's why they were turned into what they were. He also says that the children were sacrificed, and we knew this from when we see Jade see the children laid out on their slabs. He also says that while they were laying there, the children poured their hope out into the roots. The roots is what became the faraway tree. And this makes 100% sense, because ever since that we seen the faraway tree, or the symbol itself, it's always been with blood. When we seen Jade touch the tree, we see blood on the tree. We see the Civil War soldiers hanging from the tree as if they were bottles from the bottle tree, and we see the symbol carved into the tree. The first time we see Victor and he comes out and there's a massacre, he comes out of the root cellar. The first time we seen Jade and he learns about the symbol, it's when he's inside the root cellar. And now we seen Elgin dragging Fatima into the root cellar, which means the monsters themselves have something to do with this root cellar. Which means to me that the monsters that we see on this show are the parents of these children, grandparents, caretakers. It doesn't matter, but they're the ones that the children trusted, and they decided to sacrifice the children for something. Now, what is that?
Loved. The people they trusted. He said the children were born in the dark. And then they were murdered.
In my last video, and if you haven't watched it, it will be at the end of this. Please go watch that video. I explain a lot. But in that video, I told you that I believe that the big bad, the main entities behind this whole thing are a bunch of jinns. Now, jinns, another word for them, are genies. In common folklore, jinns are capable of assuming human or animal form and are said to dwell in all conceivable inanimate objects, stones, trees, ruins, and underneath the earth, in the air, and in the fire. Jinns or genies are also associated with not just shape-shifting, but possession and madness. And all these things that I just mentioned, we have seen in this show one way or another. If we talk madness, then we know that Christopher went mad. That's why his mother hid him and his sister from him. If we talk shape-shifting, we see these crows all the time. They could be jinns, and that's why they're always around the faraway trees. Which would explain why certain people get to go home and other peoples get stuck inside of walls or pools. They also say that jinns are associated with ruins, and we know that's where Boyd was held in the well, and Martin was there also. And also there was Randall, Marielle, and Julie, who were also held in these same type of ruins. And to connect the trees to the ruins, also that the jinns are controlling the faraway trees, all we have to do is listen to what Martin says.
Did you go through the tree? Yeah. The tree. Sometimes you get trapped. That's when they get you.
Jinn are also associated with fire. We know in the lighthouse, it's a flame that casts the light over the whole town. We also know that Boyd used a torch in order to enter the ruin. Besides all that, jinns are most famous for one thing, and that is granting wishes. But when they grant you a wish, it's not like the fairy tales where you get what you want. You usually get what you want, but not in the way that you want it. So say you wanted $1 million. You open your door, you'll probably see 1,000,000 deer charge through it. And that's exactly what I think happened here. People made a wish to the jinn, and I believe that that wish would have to be to live forever. That's what most people wish for. Number one is money, but you wouldn't sacrifice your children for money. Number two on the list, if you Google it, is to live forever. So I think in order to make this wish come true, the jinn told them that they have to kill all their children and then they would get their wish. And I think they did get their wish, but just not in the way that they wanted it, because they are living forever, but they're living forever as these monsters, these creatures who can't die. So in their greed, they were tricked by the jinn. And I believe that these jinn are from a dream dimension. And all these people are now inside of this dream dimension. So it's not that they're dreaming, they're in the dream dimension so they can have dreams in it. And that is why everything looks the way it does. Go watch my last video and I explain all of that. And I think that everybody who's in From might have did the exact same thing and got thrown into this dream dimension. Let's take Boyd. Boyd wished for a boat. You got your boat, but now you're stuck in here and you can't use it. You could say Jade. Jade most likely wished that he would sell his algorithm. You did sell your algorithm for millions of dollars, but now you're stuck here in this dream dimension. You could say Acosta. She probably wished she'd be a cop. Now you're a cop, but you're a cop in here. You can go through every character in this show and find out what wish they would have made what could have landed them in this place. Even though I think it's something different for Jade. That being said, how are they going to end this series? That's what I told you in the beginning, and now I'm going to tell you exactly how that goes down. But before I do, just know that I just released my first novel, Darkest Before the Dawn. It's on Amazon. If you're interested, please go there, buy it, let me know what you think of it. It really would help me out. I appreciate all the support. Now, in order to figure out how this show is going to end, and I mean the show, the whole series, that this will be the ending, we have to just go back to what Victor said to Tabitha inside of the basement when he was there with Jasper in this episode.
He said the answers to the end are at the beginning.
So we gave him a riddle and said the answers to the end are in the beginning, right? And in my last video when I talked about them all being stuck in this dream realm, one thing scientists agree on is if there was a dream realm, then you would be able to travel through time. Now in this episode, we finally get the answer of who threw the rope down to Boyd in the well. And it turned out that it was Julie. Julie went inside the ruins and she was transported back into time and then threw the rope down to Boyd when she had her conversation with Martin. We also seen her go back into time again and hear her mother and Victor when they were inside of the tunnels coming out of them in season 2. So I believe that in order for this to happen, they're going to have to go back into time and prevent the sacrificing of these children, prevent these people from doing that wish. And that will end this whole thing and nobody would be stuck in this dream realm and all this stuff would not exist. That's my theory. But you tell me in the comment section what you think, because I want to hear from you. And if you like the way I do this, please thumbs up this, spread this across the realm, and of course, subscribe. I'll be live tonight with Phil the Issues Guy, and we'll break down the whole episode. Join us there. Call in. I want to hear from you. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace and stay sexy.